Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're doing the sign of what's meant to be water, but instead of water I've pulled up fire. Sometimes water and air act very similar, and sometimes if you've got fire in your chart you'll come up as a fire sign. So for today I'm as fire. Maybe I'm just channeling the messages of fire because I have a t-shirt that I was given by a friend of my mum's who's a Leo, so maybe that's why I'm channeling fire energy today, at least. The decks we're using are Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Illustrations by David John. It's an old deck. It's 20. Then I've got the Oracle Colette Baron. A couple of years back when Rainbow Road was open, and then the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid as well. So the first card I pulled, you've got the Prince of Wands, which is you're coming up today. Instead of coming up as what I was trying to do as water, you're coming up as fire. The Prince of Wands is in a hurry to get places. They want to get from A to B, then they want to rush off and get from A to B again because they like to be on the go. They're not a happy prince when they're a bored prince, they become grumpy. They like to be outdoors in wide open spaces. They would love to do things like road trips because that would appeal to them, because they'll get to go and travel the countryside and they'll be happy. They'll happily come and rescue the knight in shining armour to come in and swim. If someone's in trouble, they want to be to rescue the day. That's the Prince of Wands. Then you've got in your path is an air. You have an Green, Libra or Gemini that's around you that is shown as a divorced person or a separated person, strong, independent, self-sufficient. It says you need to people no longer you people, places. I'm getting. So you're just going to learn to cut ties with people who don't enjoy being around more. Their company irritates you. You can have short doses, but that's it. Focus on your career. Maybe you're more career focused. I'm an Aquarian with a Capricorn moon in my placement, I think in my 10th house. So I can be extremely cold. I've been told I can be ice cold. I am the ice queen. But only if someone's pissed me off enough or pushed me to that far that I just don't want to be bothered anymore. You have to have something extreme for me to, I'm patient, but I also have my limits, and I have boundaries I didn't know how to set until recently. So maybe you're having to set some boundaries with a wand person around you. That's an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius person, or they could have it strongly placed in their chart. They're mature. They're self-sufficient, but sometimes they come across as immature because if Gemini is in your chart, that's the big kid in you. Gemini is the baby of the air signs, and you've got Libra, who's the teenager, and then the Aquarian is the grandfather of the Aquarian of the air's zodiacs signs. In the past, 10 of Wands can represent days. So 10 days ago there might have been a lot of chaos going on. You may have had to deal with several fires you had to put out. She's trying to carry 10 baskets on her back, and she may need to ask for help. All work and no play brings being weighed down by too many responsibilities. If this is like for me, burnout. So some of you might be suffering from burnout. That's what I picked up. Then you've got the Princess of Wands here, which is in your past, recent past. This person is your counterpart. They're your twin flame. You may have met this person like when you were younger and you're still with them now, so you're a perfect match. You've got the Prince and Princess of Wands are perfectly matched. They are optimistic, enthusiastic, extremely creative, energetic. They like to be creative. They like to sing, dance, draw, read, play music, sing music. They just might like all of those things. They could have a lot of things going on all at once. They struggle to keep focus. So some of you may have ADHD in your background where you start a project and then start another project, and then all of a sudden you've got 3 projects but you can't have time to focus on just one. So you may lose a bit of focus. They're very strong and opinionated, and it'll take a lot of convincing them to change their mind when they've made a decision. They don't usually go back on their words, but they're the life of the party. They could be a marketing person, they could be an events management person who knows how to organise really well. Then you've got here in the future, you've got the Strengths card. Now the Strengths card to me is the grace, which is, I'm saying before, you've got a Leo around you, and I've got this friend, my mum's friend's t-shirt on, it's a Leo. So her energy's coming through from the shirt, and I was channeling messages for her all day yesterday, because I touched the clothes. The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you are. So it's saying that don't mistake your kindness for weakness. People might think that you're being kind means you're weak. That's not the case. You choose to be kind, but you're definitely not weak. You're a very strong individual. And it's saying you need to use that strength to get you through the next couple of weeks, couple of days, because of what's going on. We're in an 11 number, so we're in the year of the snake. And unfortunately, my mum had a snake in her backyard 2 days ago, and then it turned up again yesterday. It must be a nest of them somewhere, but it's gone between 3 houses. It's a black asp snake. Scary, scary thing. I didn't know what to do about it. She called the snake guy. The snake guy couldn't find it. So I was told by a lady to hose it to get rid of it. It comes back in, or playing music, doesn't like noise. The next card I got is the Hermit. And the Hermit is what you're going into. So you're going from not a strength card where you have to be strong, but you can also, try to balance the strengths as well as the vulnerability, into the Hermit mode, which is finding or being a mentor. Take a break from society, a commitment to your spiritual growth. So you may want to go off on a trek somewhere. I see some of you, I've got Virgo in my chart, and I get along very well, or I used to get along very well with my Auntie Linda, because she loves to read books, and she's introverted and likes to learn different scriptures and teachings, and just likes to learn. And I've always had a thirst for knowledge as well. And so the Hermit's saying, you need to be the light to someone who is in the dark right now. They may be going through a dark night of the soul. They might have lost their job. They may have lost the ability to use an arm, like my mum broke her arm Christmas Day. So there's a lot of depression, and they may feel like they're in the dark because they don't know how to pull themselves out of this hole that they've gotten themselves in. I got a strong image of my mum in bed sleeping because she was so depressed with her situation. So you need to keep moving forward. The Hermit is you being the light for someone, to shine a torch in the dark when people are in their darkest hours. Then you've got unity, so you're going to be part of a group, church group. So my mum works for Meals on Wheels, and so I've been around them yesterday because they knew she hurt her arm, and I ran into one of her friends from Meals on Wheels, so that's them. But I also work for Lifeline. I work at a shop in Lifeline in Newcastle, so it's saying about volunteering your services there, because they are a good support to you. And trying to do traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. You've got people around you that like to help out. And if you look at this card, it's got the Jewish symbol of the Star of David on it. So maybe you've got someone around you that is Jewish. We're like, Jewish background. I think Ashton Kutcher's got Jewish background from memory. There's a lot of them in Hollywood. 6 of Summer. This is going back in time, looking at old photographs, or children, or the return of people, or romances from your past are coming back into play. So we might be going through a retrograde. Remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. Yeah, you're thinking about past things that you haven't maybe forgiven someone for, or forgiven their actions at the time. It's saying here you've got a 2 of Cups is falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up, your relationship can be healed. There you go. So whoever's having issues with a family member, or a couple of family members by the looks of it, it can be healed. You've just got to look at how they look at things. It's a different perspective as how you look at things. It's like having the Hangman. You both look at life differently because you come from different eras. Then you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which talks about an inheritance, whether it's money or you've inherited a certain gene pool where you have these psychic abilities, so it's been passed down from generation to generation. But it is saying that it's security, taking steps to ensure financial security. Yeah, and honouring family traditions. So squirreling a bit of money away here and there so you can protect your assets in the next 10 years is what Pentacles is for the next 10 years. Then the 2 of Cups is the next 2 months is when you will meet this new person who is from your past. Because it's saying past relationship, past person. Maybe you went to school with them. you were in school with them, they were a Gemini, Aquarian, or a Libra. Maybe you just run into them somewhere. So I've got my rose quartz crystal to attract love, so I'll put that on the 2 of summer. And we've got the Hermit, which is Virgo. And then we've got healing too. I was drawn to the bloodstone. I've been unwell recently, and it's taken a while to get over long COVID, so I've been carrying bloodstone around with me. I may put it back in my bag again. It attracts health, good health, and rose is also really good. So those two together. And the black obsidian is protection. I don't need intuition. Mine is off the planet at the moment, so I think we've just come out of a full moon. So I'm going to use this deck now for just 2 cards. Oracle. Oh, loyal heart. You've got someone that's got a loyal heart. And orphan. Maybe you feel orphaned by someone. You know, maybe, I don't know. Well, I've lost my grandmother 1 year ago on the 13th of January. So, yeah, I have had that loss, and I've been experiencing grief for the past year with my mum and the rest of my family. So that's very true. Right, so then we've got Loyal Heart number 35. I haven't played with these for a while. I haven't done my readings for about 4 weeks because so much has been going on. Here goes my phone. Sorry, I'll just switch it off in case someone tries to call. Okay. Fidelity, loyalty, and because the snake's still around, I'm keeping it on. And devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. Your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in turn? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. Yeah. So you're being protected. Orphaned, 5. You know, I did a protection spell before Christmas, and then my son had a car accident. But I always felt car accidents around that car from the very minute they brought it home, so I didn't even want to get in the car when I first saw the car. I had bad vibes about car accidents, and it all involved my youngest son, Christopher, and also my eldest son. Luckily, it didn't happen to my oldest, it happened to my youngest, and it was a bad smash. He's now had to go in a new car. Right, we were all meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognise that being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is that you need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others or of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. As you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support that may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you are in a different stage of personal growth. If you're in a new relationship, discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to the intimate place of safety and belonging. You don't have to compromise your own belief system to fit in. Don't dim your light just to fit in. Just be who you are, is what it's saying. Okay, and then we've got the enchanted map. I like this because it reminds me when the kids were little and I used to play with them and we used to make up treasure maps. And they had to go find whatever I'd go and hide. We used to play lots of games like that. I want it to come out, but I don't think I want it. Yeah, oh, okay. Sad embrace. Okay, some of you may be losing another family member very soon. Deep freeze. Yeah, you feel like someone's hitting the pause button, or you've been paused on. Some of you, this is not for everyone, may be pregnant or get pregnant, so be very careful if you don't want to be. This is future, not right now. Okay, so we've got sad embrace, 45. Yeah, loss is a part of life. Let go and allow time to heal you. You may be entering into a period where loss is a theme. Perhaps you're having to let go of a long cherished dream. If so, take heart, for this ending may have been for your highest good. A better and more powerful dream will be realised in your life if you can accept the loss. Relationships based on faulty foundations are meant to end at this time. Disappointment is a form of perception if your expectations weren't met. A sense of loss, Aries, along with sadness and grief, express these emotions. Tears are like healing rain that can restore life to a parched inner landscape. Growth is always assured, whatever the loss, however great it is. Let it go and experience your feelings so that you may be soon what beauty lies ahead. Yeah, so some of you may be losing another family member, and they could be a Leo. I know. We were told my grandfather is not very well, and it's saying that they gave him till Christmas, so I think that's what that's talking about. I haven't seen or sensed anything recently, but I think that's what that means. That's all I have for you today. This was supposed to be water. It's turned into fire. So we're going to make this fire because there's too many fire cards here to ignore. That's all I have for you today.